The All Broward County High School Honor Band under the direction of Jason Duckett. On the stage before you are some of the most talented musicians in the state of Florida. The students in this high school honor band have worked for many years to achieve a level of proficiency to have been selected to be on stage tonight. All of the students that you have seen honored here this evening are examples of the high quality education that our music and art teachers are providing our students throughout Broward County. Please make sure that you express to your music and art teacher as often as you can your sincere appreciation for what they do for your children. Our high school performance this evening will include a selection that involves a unique collaboration of art forms. Our students have worked very hard to bring to you their interpretation of endless arts. Our guest conductor, Jason Duckett, is in his 24th year of music education. He is in his 14th year as director of bands at Bartram Trail High School in St. John's, Florida. Mr. Duckett graduated magna cum laude from Jacksonville University and has just recently been elected as the president-elect for the Florida Bandmasters Association. Please welcome Mr. Duckett and the All Broward County High School Honor Band.
set up the next song, and that takes time. How about the middle school group and Mr. Hammond? That was fantastic. I've known Mr. Hammond for a long time, and he's a world-class teacher. He really is. The program order that we have is a little bit different as well. That's not the reason I'm talking, so you know what we played. That was March Bushu by Satoshi Yagisawa, Japanese, in case you didn't guess. This next one is entitled The Movement for Rosa. It was commissioned in 1992 by the Florida Bandmasters Association, and was one of their first, maybe their first significant commissioning project. Mr. Camphouse had the opportunity to do some talking with Rosa Parks, and certainly all the students know who Rosa Parks was, and all of you do as well. There's some significance about dates that are worth mentioning. 1863, of course, is when the Emancipation Proclamation takes place. 50 years later, 1913, is when Rosa Parks is born. And this song, which is a tone poem of her life, it's art just like the ones we saw. It's a tone poem of her life, and it talks about the early years, her years as a child and in her marriage, and it's all very pleasant stuff. Fast forward some to Montgomery, Alabama in 1955, which is the year that she refused to give up her seat on the bus. And that began what you'll very certainly recognize as the more violent section, the more angry section of the piece. I mentioned earlier about 1863 and 1913. 1963, 100 years after the Emancipation Proclamation, was, I think, when this really all came to a head in Selma, Alabama, and the riots that took place there, and the killings that took place there, just so that some people could have the right to vote, which they should have received, 100 years ago. Those protests grew more and more powerful every time they went, and the times were more bloody too. And so Rosa Parks wasn't involved necessarily in those moments, but her actions sparked that. I'll read just a little bit from Mr. Camphouse. Throughout the history of our great nation, we have glorified various heroes, presidents, military figures, even athletes. But we must not forget heroes who are perhaps less conspicuous, but every bit as significant. Rosa Parks, who worked as a tailor's assistant in a men's clothing store, became secretary of the Montgomery NAACP, and the impetus to a major social movement. The last part of the song uses, and throughout the song, you'll hear the motif of the torch song, if you will, of the civil rights movement, We Shall Overcome. You'll hear it in a horn solo as the violence sort of dies down. The motif of that melody is all over the song. Instead of the song ending sort of peacefully, it does end quiet, but it ends with tension. And it's a signal from Mr. Camphouse that there still is much work to be done. And of course, there is. We've come a long way, but a long ways to go. This is A Movement for Rosa.